Star Wars do some of the best small sets out of every single Lego theme. I constantly feel like my favorite Star Wars sets of every single year are under $100. And you know, it's really nice, to be completely honest, and not have everything just be like a UCS set or a Master Builders set or just, you know, a really expensive ship of some kind. And when I say $100 as well, I'm talking Australian dollars, which just makes it even better. Like we had the 501st, we had the AAT. I mean, last year there wasn't too many good small sets, but then this year we also got the Snow Trooper Battle Pack, and most recently that sort of Dark Trooper what's this called? Dark Trooper Attack. Now the Dark Trooper Attack got me very excited when I saw it. I mean, even just hearing about it made me excited because I still haven't bought the Imperial Star Cruiser. The Imperial Light Cruiser. Why did I say Star Cruiser? Am I really thinking about like the Star Wars hotel right now? Anyway, I still haven't got that set, so I haven't had a single Dark Trooper, and considering the price of them was $50, so a major sorry to anyone who paid that price now that these are like $5 each on brick. Like, this was a really big deal. I mean, 3 Dark Troopers in one set and a Luke Skywalker in a small set that you can army build pretty easily and get like a pretty neat build. I was extremely excited. So I bought one of these sets and I built it up, and I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, the build in person after building was a tiny bit underwhelming. It did feel very lacking, but at the same time, it's a hallway. It still worked really well for display purposes, and this set in general has quite a lot of fun play features. Not that I'm gonna use them, but they were fun to play around with as I built them. And originally I had plans for this. I wanted to get 2 of them. One, because I feel like if I got 2, then I would have an even amount of Dark Troopers at a solid number of 6, which was really good. Also, I thought I could build one backwards and sort of attach it into making another hallway. However, upon actually opening them up and getting them ready to spit out, I actually had a better idea. I still wanted to modify this set in order to just make it slightly better for displaying, because I didn't really want to have this like giant little stick hanging out, which is, you know, is the whole point of the play feature. So I thought I would modify it. Now, I've done this a couple of times now with a variety of different sets. I firstly rebuilt the Spider-Man at the Sanctum Workshop set. I also rebuilt the Clone Trooper pack in order to make it more of like a battle pack style. And similarly to that one, this sort of model that I want to try and make is going to be only using pieces from 2 Dark Trooper sets. I do actually have 3 of them. However, I feel like not many people are going to go out and buy 3 of these. So I thought 2 is probably a good starting point. I feel like it's still a pretty budget-friendly option. So that was the plan for this. I also didn't want to modify the original too much because I quite liked that skinny hallway. I just really wanted to make it longer and make it feel like more of an 18+ set rather than a play set. I don't have instructions for this, and I don't have a parts list either. All I've got is a pile of pieces that are left over, so you know, you can do process of elimination, and I will try and show you up close how this model works so that you guys can pause it and copy it if you really want to. And if you do want to copy it as well, I will leave affiliate links to buy this set from lego.com or Amazon in the description down below. If you could use those, it helps out the channel. That would be great. So here were all of the leftover pieces out of the 2 sets that I didn't use in the build. There's quite a bit here. I mean, majority of it is just a bunch of flat plates. There are a couple of bricks, pretty much everything as well from that sort of twisting lift function as well is left here, not to mention as well that sort of half of the sticker sheet. So if you do want to build this, process of elimination, don't use any of these pieces, and those are the pieces for the MOC. So here is the completed MOC, the 18+ version, only using pieces from 2 Dark Trooper attack sets. Now, in reality, I imagine if the set was made like this, I honestly don't think those extra 3 Dark Troopers would come in it. I really do think that it would just be the exact same minifigure selection, but at a slightly higher price point. You just sort of look at how they do 18+ sets in general. Yeah, it gives me that idea and sort of that vibe. But overall, here is the MOC, and I really feel like it sort of cleans up this front section especially a whole lot. I mean, taking out those 2 play features and just sort of having like a flat side as well as a flat front really, I think, just sort of adds a bit more sophistication to this set. It definitely makes it more of a display piece, which is what I was really going for with this sort of combination and upgrade to the set. And overall, I'm a really big fan. This is personally a style of set that I really like and really like to display. This is sort of what I ideally look for in my sets, and the Dark Trooper attack came incredibly close, and it wasn't that hard to sort of switch it up. I mean, I really enjoyed the original set to begin with, but I'm definitely keeping this model on display. I tried to keep as much of the original style and design as I could, and really only just tried to extend it. I didn't swap out this brick either, so this is one sort of piece that, I mean, you could always swap that out to just be black, but I really just wanted to leave it. I mean, it was secure. It's also incredibly strong. Here's a look at sort of the base of the bottom. These are only the 1/X amount of bricks. These ones I believe are all the 2 amount, and then I've just sort of completed the bottom using a bunch of plates, really trying to make it super strong and robust. The only real weak point is here, but even then there was a couple of bricks left over that I could strengthen it if I really wanted to, but I personally didn't feel the need. I think it was fine. It's not like I'm putting too much pressure on it anyway. Now the roof at the top, I did have to slide around a tiny bit just so that I could connect all of these pieces a tiny bit stronger. That way it wasn't like just this section was tagged alongside the part that was actually in the set. These pieces now do cross over, which again makes it a lot stronger. This entire section built up on the top here though, nothing did change. I did swap out a couple of the pieces on the front just in order to make that floor section feel a tiny bit better, which personally I much prefer. I still kept some of like the smooth tiles and some of the jumper plates in order to just have a mixture of sort of smooth and studded, and I think it looks really fine. I did add the stickers as well and the panels, and I did try and keep that pattern because I didn't have too many of these regular ones, so I did have to add that second panel piece, so I've just shoved that on the end. That way it sort of alternates, and did copy that same top section instead of just keeping this bit smooth. Then because I wanted this front section to be clean, I did copy this same light design that is on the left hand side, and then because there was a second version of these like sort of slanted pieces, I put that smooth gray piece that originally was on the bottom of that sliding out play feature on the end just to keep it nice and clean, and then copied sort of the same hallway shape so that you could look through it and see Luke Skywalker down the end. This was definitely the hardest part to sort of come up with, especially sort of completing the top, but I did try and copy what was on this side, but just simplified it using the pieces that I had, but also trying not to incorporate sort of a spinning feature here. And then the optional extra, of course, is to add that little Star Wars plaque. I mean, you could just shove a 1x2 gray plate there and I feel like you'd be fine. But for me, I feel like with 18+, there's always some sort of like specialty printed element. It's not overall too secure on there, but I don't really mind. I mean, again, 18+ sets are meant to be display sets, so that's the whole thing I'm going for. So I think it's fine just the way it is. Overall, I don't think this added all too many pieces. If this was a real life set, I probably predicted it would be around $50 US. Nothing too crazy, maybe even $40 US. I can't imagine that it would be that much more than the original set. I mean, of course, if it did come with this many minifigures, I feel like 50 or 60, but realistically, I mean, who are we kidding? It would probably be like this, if anything, at that $50 price point, just to make it a tiny bit more realistic to what I think Lego would actually do. Yes, I know that these are Hogwarts robes, but can we just excuse that fact for just a second, please? Thank you. So that is my entire Dark Trooper MOC. No, it wasn't particularly anything that was really skill-based or super complicated, but I'm very proud of it, and I did exactly what I wanted to with the MOC, so that's a really big win in my books. I also got to use my lightsaber, which is fantastic because this cost a lot of money and I feel like I constantly have to justify it to myself, so thank you for that. Same deal with these robes. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel down below if you haven't already. And like I said as well, there will be affiliate links left for the Dark Trooper set in the description down below, or if you just want to buy any Lego, it would be greatly appreciated if you could use that. I'm off to continue my Jedi training.